social networking, marketing class chart staff members said on January 9th of 2013 that an average American person from ages of 18 to 64 spends about 3.2 hours in social media just on their phones. And just by a show of hands, does anybody have any social media apps or websites? And most likely all of us, right? Okay. And a lot of us use our phones just to check the times, but we tend to do what? Go on Instagram, social media, like Twitter, Snapchat, and watch like videos and to keep up with the day with all the newses, right? But then we put back our phone and then all of a sudden we forget the time. So where does the time go? And I'm credited with social media and narcissism because there was a point in time where 1 year I actually had over 120 photos, and that was really bad for me because I wasn't the type of person that would post so many pictures. I was always to myself, never ever been open, and yet I wasn't really open pretty much, or any I was just always close to myself. And I actually have a cousin that's actually that actually lives for the likes on social media. He's always on Instagram posting about Barca, always posting by himself, and it kind of saddens me because he's on the wrong path right now. And what social media does to ordinary people, it turns into narcissists like him, like my cousin, and people try to blend in with the norm, try to blend in with the trend, and people think that you're like ordinary or not following the trend. They think you're gonna be weird, but I guess being weird is not the norm actually. So I was first discuss on the apps and the usages of social media, and the second I would cause of the social media, and third I would discuss how to avoid and stop social media narcissism and how not to use it. According to an article by Lulu Chung, an article on American spending an alarming amount of time on phones. In 2015, that most foreign countries, people spend about check their phones 17 times on their phones, even with group people. And there was another article on 5 ways social media has changed our lives, and those ways that it promotes business, such as like 50 or other products like the ice cream right here. It helps you stay in contact with your peers from high school. It helps you show what you have. It really promotes, pretty much you're promoting yourself and showing how you really promote yourself, and then showing how and trying to inspire other people as well. And people use the social media to cover up their sadness, because most people like come up and show their bodies and stuff like that, and make it seem like you have a great life, even though deep down inside them it's killing them, because they just want to be noticed just like everybody else. Because in this society right now, it's all about self-image, self-promotion, and self-satisfaction for everyone. And since I discussed already about the usages and of the social media, I'm going to talk about the effects of narcissism, of being a narcissist. You becoming a narcissist, you either become likable or unlikable. And for narcissists, it always by a quote from James F. Masterson, a psychopathic expert, or doctor, I mean. wrote a book on narcissistic borderline of depression, and he quotes that narcissist lack of empathy, interest of others, and only care about themselves. And narcissists, what they do is that they always seek for perfection, like right here. They always seek for, what I mean by that is that they always go for 3 goals, which is becoming wealthy, being empowered, and of course beauty. And people sometimes will go on like a hiking trip or go to Disneyland or any other places, and like they take photos of it, and then they later go back to it to see how many likes they got, or how any comments that anybody asked or say about them. And that makes other people feel bad, and it makes others feel good. But most people, it makes them feel bad and make them wish like, oh, I want that. Alexander Lowen, a psychopathic doctor and founder of a new theory of bioenergetic analysis, and he says that on the book Narcissism, Denial of True Self-Value, he says that most people, especially egotistic people, lose lack of self-value. And deep down inside, like I said, they said that they are really sad, lonely, and inside them, it's deep down, it's really hurting them with rage and anger. Even today's kids, like my little uncle, he's about 13 years old. He gets caught up in social media with his friends, and just because he got new Snapchat, all his friends think he's cool now. And it's right here. I mean, I know most of you probably know this about the Instagram likes, Facebook retweets, and all the Snapchats, like how many people viewed your Snap. And I'm going to close it out. I'm going to go to my next point, which is to avoid your phones and social media usages. And point is that you need to go out with your friends, try to avoid, shut down the display, go live life without any of those, and just enjoy the moment with your friends, because they're the ones. Because is it really the same if you take a picture of some place, like a beach, for example, and then you're by yourself? Is it really the same without anybody right there? And if you're by yourself, do something like productive, do something like painting, running, exercises, or just relax. And that's one of the key ways to also avoid narcissism, is the use of social media, because it makes you feel good. It doesn't make you as lonely as other people. I'm going to close it out. I've discussed about the problems of narcissism, the effects of it, and how you could avoid social media uses and becoming a narcissist yourself. And I'm going to close out with a quote by Gary Turk, who has this famous YouTube video on Look Up, and he says, shut down the display and live life the real way. Thank you.